Melvin Stark, CPA, is about to break free.
Yahoo!
In Ford Mustang, a sports car for the 80s. Mustang performs and handles like a sports car.
Yahoo!
Precise, sure-footed, yet Mustang delivers the mileage of an economy car. Mustang, a sports car for the 80s.
Gal, we're stepping out tonight.
Melvin, is that you?
Yep. Yes.
Work is continuing on the McLaren Mustang. We've got a lot of bits and pieces done. The interior has been painted. I need to do some future on the seats to give them a little bit of gloss. The front Recaros are done too. They have to be glossed. Again, there's no detail, really no detail at all on the doors. So I don't know, I'll think about it, but there's not much I can really do. Car is also missing a center console. Should have a console, but what are you going to do? Again, back to the bits and bobs. We've got the instrument panel is just about done. The dash, we wood grained it because almost the majority of the 80s cars had the wood grain dash. And then what I did is I used, where is it? Canopy glue, okay, and then I poured, as you can see here, a little bit into the gauge clusters. It'll give it a little bit of gloss. Look like there's some glass in there. So that's that. The chassis, not much to this at all. The exhaust is molded in. Not too thrilled about that. Added a little different color for the gas with the exhaust color steel. I made the wheel well pouch some black, again, just to set it off. The boot covers here on the suspension have been colored black also, again, to give it a little bit of, just a little bit of color to it. I'm going to, once it's all in, I'll weather it a little bit, not to make it beyond, but just like it's been on the road a couple times, maybe hit the water. So that's that. The body we got on the rear fascia, we got the front on, we got the scallops in place, okay. The inside's been painted. So next we're going to put on our first coat of paint and see how it comes out, okay. And for the top coat, we're going to go with this here. This is blue sapphire. It's a little bit of metallic color from Folk Art. Has a really nice color to it. I think it's going to look really sharp. It's not stock, but it is a really sharp looking color. So that's where we're going to go. So hang on. Oh, the other thing. Start detailing out the engine. Okay, the little cute little four banger. Okay, detailed out. Still got to do some more work on some more touch-ups here and there. The oil filter needs another coat or two on it. We'll weather this a little bit too. Still have to put on the turbo and the exhaust manifold. All right, but that's coming along. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay, I say this with the fear of it coming back to bite me in the ass, but I gotta say this kit's going together really quickly for me, which is a good thing. I really can use a quick and easy build. I haven't had something in some time like this, and the part count on this kit's a lot less than I realized. I mean, I can't remember what it is, probably like, I don't know, under 50 pieces maybe, whereas a lot of kits that some of you guys are building for this box stock build are well over 100, so that's alright. Actually, I think this actually has less parts in it than Vince Weston's Nomad that he's building. Ha! Yeah, I went there, Vince. But anyway, it really is going together well. As I showed you yesterday, as I showed you earlier, there was nothing to the chassis really. I just put in the supports for the rear axle, letting them dry before I put the axle in its permanent location. But that's just about ready to go. The motor is almost ready to go in place. You can see here, just simple blue. I'm going to put a little bit of grime on it, not a lot. Here's your turbo and everything. Oil filter. The exhaust still has to go there also. Obviously I can't put wires or anything on this. But that's coming along well. The interior is all assembled. Okay, very plain Jane, all gray, wood grain interior. I really wish I could add some detail to the doors, but again, for the sake of this group build, I can't. What we're waiting for here before I can really lock this up is I need to put the decals, the Recaro decals, on the seats, and then probably give them a coat of Future just to seal them in and give it a little bit more of a gloss to represent the original seats. Then onto the body. As you can see here, the body is all primed. Gave it a light sanding. There's not much to it. I put the front fascia on. I put the rear fascia on again. I hope that doesn't bite me in the butt. Because what I found in the past, if you follow the directions on any given car kit, when you wait to put those pieces on, you have to wait until you put the chassis in place before you can put those on usually. But then when you go to glue them on, and of course you paint the body first, and when you go to put it on, the glue mars the paint, or at least for me, because I'm just kind of a hack at this. But what I found easier is if I can do that stuff ahead of time and then kind of get it squeezed in place, and then I don't have to worry about that. So we are at a point where we're about to put our first coat of paint on here. And what I'm doing is, I think I said earlier, I have 2 of these kits. And because as I was going through this, I realized that there's a lot of detail missing. I really want to do, I'm going to do this one as a not the original McLaren Mustang. I mean, it's going to be a McLaren, but just not going to be the original color. I'm going to make, if you look at the original car, excuse my bumbling, if you look at the original car, it was that McLaren orange with like a charcoal gray on the bottom, and then it has a blue stripe down the center. I think I have a picture of it here. Yeah, here it is. Hang on one second, I'm sorry. Here's the postcard that came with the kit. So if you look, this car is orange with the gray bottom, and then if you look closely in the molding there's a blue stripe. So what I decided to do is I'm going to take this car here that we have, and I'm going to paint that blue with a gray bottom, and then I'm going to paint an orange stripe within the molding. And then when I come back and do the other McLaren, which I want to detail a little better, the interior, put the roll bar in, maybe fix the body molding piece here. Remember I said the fenders are supposed to actually, not the fenders, but this bulge is supposed to really come back onto the door. And then I'll paint that one orange with the gray and then the blue on the inside. So they'll really kind of be like opposing twins when they're done. So that's my goal. Whether it happens or not, who knows. But anyway, we're going to mask off the interior and we're going to start laying down some paint. So hang on, we'll be right back.